The link you just pressed may as well have been a big start button because Almost Gaming is beginning. I'm Sean Fowler, you can call me the Game Master. We've got a great slate of gaming news from the Big Four this week, followed by a nice featured story at the end. But you've already hit the start button, so let's get going. We will start, for public service reasons, with Microsoft. We sadly have a watch out for trolls warning about the Xbox One. A post is making the rounds on the internet which claims that backwards compatibility is a locked feature which can be unlocked by following a series of steps. Do not do this thing! As first reported by Kotaku, the steps listed let you access the developer portion of the Xbox One. And messing around in there could do little minor things like brick your console. Xbox's Major Nelson said on Twitter that the Xbox One does not have backwards compatibility, and that messing around in the developer portion of the console could turn your $500 console into a very expensive doorstop. It would be nice if the XB1 did have backwards compatibility, but for now, if you want to play 360 games, you're just going to have to find a 360. Onwards to PC gaming. Last time I mentioned the challenge to build a gaming PC that was equal to the PlayStation 4 in price and specifications. But I also mentioned that you could build one that would put consoles to shame as long as money was no issue. Proving this point is DualShockers.com, who report on a mega gaming PC sold by British retailer Yo-Yo Tech. This PC offers an i7 4960X processor overclocked to an insane 4.4 GHz, two NVIDIA GTX Titan video cards, and costs 7,979 British pounds, which is roughly equivalent to over 13,000 US dollars. For more specifications on this monster, check the links in the video description. Let's move on to Nintendo, and we're going to have a little bit of good news before getting to something slightly negative. There's been an ongoing fan movement to have Nintendo remake The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask for the 2DS, 3DS, the same way they did for Ocarina of Time. However, on Thursday, one of the movement's founders made a post all but admitting defeat, noting low levels of fan interest, and Nintendo's Reggie Fils-Aimé saying that fan movements have very little impact on what the company does. Well, it's hard to see the timing of this as anything but a response, but the very next day, Nintendo released a screenshot of the Skull Kid wearing Majora's Mask from the upcoming Smash Bros. Wii U game. Now, Skull Kid will not be a playable character, instead in the game as an assist trophy. However, the fact that Nintendo has a 3D render of him and released this screenshot one day after the post giving up hope does definitely raise some eyebrows and could revitalize projects such as Operation Moonball. Now the downside. Nintendo has seemingly gotten the message, finally, that the Wii U has been under-advertised and has kicked up their commercial presence going into this holiday shopping season. The ads do a great job of pointing out directly that the Wii U is an upgrade to the Wii, and pointing out the great fun of Super Mario 3D World, and even the family togetherness of Wii Sports Club. However, the ads do make two major missteps. One, pointed out by Kotaku, is that these ads fail to advertise what might be the best feature of the Wii U, the gamepad, primarily its ability to play games off of the TV. Now, Zero Punctuation's Yahtzee did point out that this sort of places gaming below other uses of the television in the household. However, I see it as a way to continue gaming without causing family conflict, or when you need to go somewhere else in the house. The other misstep is pointed out by yours truly, and seems to be more of a slightly misleading perk. The Wii U is advertised to come with two new games. Those games are New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U. Apologies, Nintendo, but this would be like Sony or Microsoft advertising that their new consoles come with two new games, those being BioShock Infinite and BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea. You cannot call a game and its downloadable content two separate games. The thing is, I would be just fine with them saying that it comes with NSMBU and its downloadable content. But don't try to call it two separate games, Nintendo. It's just not. We round over to Sony, but also kind of stick with Nintendo, who may have a slight manufacturing problem, according to another DualShockers article. At the heart of the Wii U is a DRAM chip, which is considered the heart of the console. This chip is manufactured at Renesas Electronics plant Tsuruoka in Japan. However, sluggish sales of the Wii U have led to a decline in orders for the chip, which covered more than half of the manufacturing load of the factory. This has led to a decline in the finances and plans to close the factory. Now that alone sounds like bad news for Nintendo, but it could get worse. As it turns out, several Japanese business sources that are quite reputable are reporting that Sony now has their eyes on purchasing the factory. Sony would like to use the factory to produce more CMOS sensors for smartphones, where they're already an industry leader, though they likely also see the opportunity to deal a serious blow to one of their competitors. Now, Nintendo probably ordered ahead and has some backstock of the DRAM chips, but nobody knows exactly how much. If the Wii U does see an uptick in interest this holiday season, Nintendo will need to make more Wii U's and will need more DRAM chips, but they might find the factory that makes them in the hands of an enemy. For our featured story, we take a dip into the if some is good, more is surely better pool. It's become clear that Marvel is dominating the movie superhero world with the excellently crafted Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, DC has taken a sudden lead in the gaming superhero market with the amazingly well put together Injustice: Gods Among Us. The game brings together a number of DC superheroes in an excellently crafted story. But as I said, we're here floating in the if some is good, more is better pool. Could Injustice become a series? Creator Ed Boon gave a cryptic could be response to a Twitter question asking about Injustice 2, leaving the door open. Now, to me, this is a no-brainer. In a world like comic books with different worlds and different universes and different realities, there's always the possibility for another story. At the very least, as I see it, you could have a different story, or simply continue the story from the first game. But, story notwithstanding, I envision something of a super ultimate version of Injustice for its next game. Something akin to another DC game on the way, the MOBA Infinite Crisis. First, you select which character you'd like to be, Superman, Batman, etc. Then you select which version you'd like to be. Green Lantern Batman? Man of Steel Superman? The possibilities are endless. We definitely have not seen the end of the Injustice series, even with its Ultimate Edition recently released. We have reached the end of another thrilling, exciting, and nigh on intoxicating edition of Almost Gaming. Please like this video by clicking the like button right below it. Go ahead and leave us a comment while you're down there, and subscribe to this channel for more vloggage. Also check out our Facebook, Almost Gaming, with this black and white logo, as well as checking us out on Twitter at AlmostGamingBLG. Stay tuned for extra lives to see me mess up at reading a script, and stay tuned to the channel for Almost Interesting on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, game on! As long as Nintendo has seemingly gotten the message, finally, that the Wii U has been under that could be the cause of some problems. The sluggish sales of the Wii U have caused a decline in production of the chip, which covered more than half of the manufacturing loan. What the hell did I type? The sluggish sales of the Wii U have caused a decline in production of the chip, which covered more than the sticky record button. Hi! Hi, you once again get to hear me rehearsing thanks to the sticky record button. Who may find themselves with a slight manufacturing problem. This chip is a chip. It's a little chip. It's not a potato chip, because those aren't good for electronics. It would probably burn up, and they would be more useful for you to eat them and put them in your belly. They don't go very well with transmitting electronic gadgetry signals of great gaming. However, sluggish sales of the Wii U have led to declining production orders of the... I'm not saving this one, am I? This sounds... That's fun. They'll need more of these DRAM chips, but we'll find the factory that... Fart-knocking! McGillicuddy fart-knocker! Piece of dark and munkle! Now, Nintendo probably ordered ahead and has some backstop like a catcher. DRAM! It's become clear that Marvel is dominating the smoothie. They're dominating the smoothie. The smoothie. This is the word smoothie. And its dictionary definition is it is actually a contraction for a smooth movie. Marvel is dominating the smooth movie market with their excellently put together Injustice Gods Among Us. It's become clear that Marvel is dominating the movie superhero market with the excellently crafted Marvel superhero combine artichoke, every world combined into one and put it on the movies and make $3 billion universe. Creator Ed Boon gave a cryptic could be response in response to a question about responding to the response of a responding question response. Bleh.